Malolo malia ho e ki melele e tonga hono kotoa. Whiawhia ke o tali lele ki mo tolu ki mo uni o ngongo mo le tio ka o Afrika televisione tonga ki he ho wani. Makai koe ki ngahi ulu i o ngongo. Hopoki i hene afio ki intupo wono ai boia late fo o ai kautau ani afio i e pongpongi o i ahoni. Whalahe pa angatotongi a tongani ke kautaha malu e Pasifiki o ka hoko whatamak whaina tula me he tola Amerika e taha kilo tupu ke he tola Amerika e taha miliona. Pe ato uta i tongani, ai timi mate maatonga o talitali whiawhia ki nau tolu e ngai whamili me maheni mo e kau pōpō toko lahi i he mala e wakapuna whawapure a ngā whamoto ane awhi. E te ia e pe me ngahi talanoa ki he anaiangi, whataha me wakai ke whamumuitaha me he mala e o sipoti, ka uma awha ke whamatala ea ka koe wakai lewa en ke whakaiki le te o tonga ua ki me wā me loto Nuku'alofa ko snoli tatu i vai. Nai ha e lea he ne awhio ki ntupo wono o hopoki ai voia late fo o e kautau ai ne awhio i he pongponge ahoni i Mesvila pe. Ko e voia late lahi taha eni kua whaake me he puleanga Australia ki he waatau tahi ai kautau a ne awhio. Nā e mea i o wauni ai Pilinis Kalauni ka koe minista ai a kautau a ne awhio. Tokon minista wa a whakautawa Australia, Peter Khalil, kau whafofonga diplomatika, ho e ki kapneti mo i kau whakawhi toko lahi. I he mea tama Pilinis Kalauni, ka koe minista e kautawa ni awhio tupo toa o Lukalala, nā ne whamama whai e mahu inga o e voia late ko e ni, ki he malu moe hao ai whunua. O ku ia e whakatu amelia lelei ki he tokoni ko ene puleanga Australia i he mahino e toi lelei pe toi whawhenga maalia i ai ngā ue ai wa a tautahi i he taime whakahoko ai e nau whatongia ma ai kakai o e whunua. Nā ne toi wikia e puleanga Australia i he tokoni ko tai maalia a tongani i he mahino e aunga lahi eni ki he ngahi ngā ue e kautau ne awhio o te taupe i he leohi e potutahi ka koe tokon whawawawi ki ngahi tōku i motu i toke lau i he taim hoko ai whatamaki whaina tula. Lo tongani nei pehe tokoni minista wa a whakautawa Australia Peter Khalil o ko kei tuku pāpe puleanga Australia ke kei hoko at e tokonia mo whakaivia tongani tau te whito ki ta whaaki ai malui o i kau a whunua. Nā ne te pehe o mahino ai mālohi ai kei tauhi ai wāwhenga o aki ai ngō whunua, ko hiuk amanake nau kāu mai ki he teu kātoa ngai ai tau te au ni manoa ko nistutoni i tongani o i kai ko Australia pe e ka aku kāu ki ai mō no sila. I e hili ai hopoki ko ia ai waka, nei a whio ai tu i o ha ele i he voia la te whataha me kau whawhe, pea mi tauliki ki he wafu wunaa. Kai ke he koe voia late koe ni o kumita e whawhitu, pia koe mea ofa ia ai polokalama ki ono malu i e ngahi potutahi o i Pasifiki. Kai ke he koe konga pe ene ngahi toko ni kua whai me puleanga Australia i he wāwhinga o aki wā ofi e kautai ni a whio o a ue eni ki he tau e whango fulu. Kai ke he kumahino koe voia late hono tolu aki eni ai kautau a ene a whio. Lolotonga i whataha lahi whatau e pangkea mamani mo i kautaha pa anga whawapuleanga po kei IMF i Amerika. Ko whakahae puleanga tonga a te hiki hake pa anga totongi ki he kautaha malu e Pasifiki e a hoka whatamaki po kei Pacific Catastrophe Risk Insurance Company. Me he tola Amerika e taha kilo tupu ki he tola Amerika e taha miliona. Ko ngā unu ko e ni o kumahino o kumauai ai ngahi malui iai a tongani, ka iai ha mau e hoko i he hoko whatamak whaina tula ki he kehe e whā, ai o kau kea sai koloni whatalopiki, mo fuike, pe au kula mo i la alahi, pe ok malawai o mau ai totongi malu iai o au ki he tola Amerika e taha 7 miliona, ka ok iai pe ai makatu unga. Popua aho mo i whaikiki.
I he ongongo tuku mai mi he ofisi palemia, ko e ngā unueni o kune toi whamamawhai ai tuku pā a tongani ki he toi whakalelei ai tu unga ma teu whakapaanga i he taimi e hoko ai ha whakatamaki whakanatula pia mo he whakalelei foki ai tu unga tukangai kina o i tula veango fua ai whanua. Nai whakahaeni lolotonga ai whakataha ai kosilio ai Patrick i he aho uraki e whakataha ai Pangea Mamani pe ki whakataha ai IMF i Amerika. Ko he kosinio e Patrick o kukau kei e ngahi whanua Pasifiki e walu ka wai a tongani, pe o hoko ia koe mea ngāwe mahu inga ki e whakapaanga o i ngahi ngāwe ai ngahi whanua Pasifiki ki he holoki ai tuulawe ngofua ki he whakatamaki whakanatu la. I he whakataha koe ni nei whakahai e pule lahi o Patrick a halotu palu ai whakamatala whakamuimui taha whikau aki mo tu unga ne iai e ngā aue e kautaha i he waha taimi o me ki September o i tauni. Pea whakahai pe ai anga i whakakalaka i ngā aue whakatatau ki palani ngā aue wanoa tonoa whakataha me ngahi ngā aue whakalakalaka ke he pe. Ni kau atu ki he whakatahani ai pule lahi o pot ngā aue paanga Kristina tuai mei api o ne whakahai ai kei whiewhi ngawe aki wāofi pe a Tongani mo Patrick o ne pehe mahu inga ke kei hoko lele atu pe a ngahi polokala maako ke langa haki ai atu unga ngā aue pe mo ilo mo tau kei ai ka kaitonga tau te whito i he ka veinga o i toka ngai kina o i tu unga lawe ngofua i ha whakatamaki.
Ko vilingia ngai whukatonga i loto Nuku'alofa mo tapa ke he pe i Tongani i he veke kau pōpō mate mātonga ke he ahia e he timi ai fo i pili o te. I he tuuta mai kau wa inga ane awhi na e taritari whiewhia ki nau tolo i ngai whāmili me maheni mo kau pōpō toko lahi i he mala e wakapuna whawapule anga fua mo tō. Ko e polo kalamani na i ai tōne whai ngonga whaleni peti plek ilo lahia o ne mai whakaikiki o i tala noko iai ki Houani.
Koe aho pole ia tama, pea whakaha e ngāi whāmili o i kautangatani e nau pōpou, i e nau tali whiewhia ai wholau aki ai ngāhi kahoa kakala, mo e nau whiilo aki whakawhiewhia mo e timi. Ne whakaha e heni e he taha o i whāmili o Isaia katoa ko Mele katoa, ai whiewhia ma ke he ai whāmili, pehe ke kolo o tataka mo tonga mo mua, i he whainga maari e koe ni ke nau te whiilo aki mā whanai mo Isaia i Tongani, talu e ne wholau whakamuimui taha mai ki Tongani, whakataha mo timi mate maatonga i e wanoa hua tolu. Ne tuku at whoki e whae o Eliasa katoa, Akanesi katoa, hatala mo nū ki timi, mo te waki e nau vei pā mo timi toa Samoa i he wike kaha u, ke nau whakamu o mua maupe ai eiki i he nau whinga o kwhai, kai malawa pe ai mea hono katoa. I e whanonga mai ai pasi ai whanau wa inga ki Nuku'alofa, ne muimui mai ai pe ai kakai toko lahi me mala e wakapuna, pe a toko lahi pe mo i kakai ne nau talitali i he vei hala, ke nau mamata ki ka wa inga, pe a i he au mai ai whanonga ki vaini, na e pau ke hifu ai kau polisi ne whakawhi au ai timi, o whaka ata ai hala puli anga, hili hono whakatuu e he kakai whiwhine o vaini, ha te pile i he loto hala, o whakatuu ai ngahi mea tokoni ke whaki ma ai whanau wa inga. Nai longolongo a mai ai pe ai kau muimui mai i he whanonga ai pasi ki hotele tanoa, ai ana e tā whasilongoa a mo tata alo mo i whukatonga, koe whakawelewela ai pe i he mawhana ai kakai o whanua ke pōpou ke timi ma te maatonga. Ok i Tongani ai timi i hawike e taha, pea te nau whoki atu i he aho tokona ki kamata ai teuteu ke whi auhi Pacific Championship. Ma ai o ngonga le te omo televisione Tonga, ko au Peti Blake, ilo lahia.
O ko kau whataha Tongani mga whanua i mamani i he whailonga i whamamani lahi, ai aho o i toko hinehina, boka World Wide Cane Day i he ahoni. Nei whakahoka i he whiawhi ane awhi e polokalama lue i he halabuna, ai ni ihi o kupo uri hona whafunga whakataha mo i toko hinehina, ke whailonga i aki ai aho mahu ingani.
Happy White Game Day!
I he whaike eke a ngonga li tio Tonga mo i sea poa te kauta whafunua toka ngai kina po uri whafunga o whina he lotu leka. Nāne pehe koe toko hinehina, koe mataia e ni ihi o kupo uri hona whafunga. Pea au whakamahu inga i whamamani lahi ai aonga ai toko hinehina i he ahoni. I he ene pehe koe konga i whamanatua whamamani lahi ai toko hinehina, o ku wholau atoa ai kolupu e whā me i he ni ihi o ku po ori hona whafonga ki Nuusila, i he whakaawhi kautahi Nuusila ku po ori hona whafonga ki hapolo kalamama kehe o ku whakahoko ia i Nuusila.
Koe toko hinehina, ngā ue pe ki nā tolu kau po ori whafonga pe usia wakai. Ai au lava lewa ke tau tala, i longa hape ha taha une tō ki toko hinehina. Maina reka toko taha e au uesia e whafonga pe po ori. Maina reka toko taha e au ne whi mau. Ai tokon. Ai aku kawata Tongani ki ai ko talo eni me tau ni hongo fulu e taha hongo fulu mataha hono ka watu ai ki ka taha fa fono na na tolu poli fonga pe usia vakai tongani yono fa ilonga e ava mama na ni ka go tui ko a ko to tau ni ku ke ai tau ni ai ane maula ba ya of kono ke anga tau ni ko uhi he ko e to tonu kon aho I aho ni aho tahanima o mahinani o topani ahon o ku lava o ku amena ke fola wa tai ka me mi pai ki usila he pong he ahon ahon ni a tahanima tena fola wa na to ki usila e un pong ni he fakafe a Pacific Vision pero association na ka ku usila ke ngai polo kalama fa feo me ngai polo kalama pe ka ku pe agulava amena ke lava ke ka me mi pai a ko kulupe fa kulupu raki failonga e una lava na tore ahon pa ihe fe mo ki na ko ya nga hila nga fatongia pe na mau pe ke fa ilonga ya ki pe aki a mobility training pe kono lui ake to hina I ha taufa ana lava ke mau fa hoko
Lolotonga nina te whamala ala aleka ki ngahi pole ko whenga ngai muni I ok po uri hona fofonga pe ke tau mo anga we kautaha ok no tuku pā ke nau whakahoko ke toko nia ni ihi ok po uri hona fofonga I tonga ni. Oku kawai pole ko ini ai tokanga ke he kautauhi I ikai ke pouponga lelei ai ni ihi ok po uri hona fofonga. Oku tui aleka ok whima o ke ako I mo whakatau ke I toko taha po uri ai fofonga ke ewa e mo ui whawhalala ka hui ok iai pe whinga maali ke nau mau hamo ui I he kaha o.
Pe pore ko o fetau laki mo ni ko no po uri pe ko sia vakai ko tui pe mo osi me ai pe o kula pore yo pore u laki pe ya ke to ke ongo pe ko mo fakau kau a to ta ko po uri ano fofonga pe ko sia ne vakai pore no wa pe ko wi ko kau tauhi a to wa pe ki fata ta hango ni o wai fa na wi a ma hanga I lo I ka fa amu ke kau ma ke programa training ni kau ke lava na ngai kau tauhi ke tuanga ma ke na to agi be na u kau na si o la vea ha na spoil na to le na u pe na no pe ai pe o ke pe ke te lava mo u ke te fala ka pe te un ka me ta to le yange pe aia ko kau ia he pore ka ki mau tolu ake mau feinga atu ko mau ilo fo papau ai mea e malava ni ko ni o pole fo nga pe sia vakai ke whakahoko te ku ko ta vo mau ta mo nga we ke train e to ta ko te e to ta po uri ke independent lava pe ia fe mea to koni lava fo lava pe to nga ia I nga I mea ko to pe siki nga no fo ya pi pe kai ngata fo kai na lava al ke ako wa nga tu nga mau matai to pe te na lava kumana nga we to koni ke nga no fo family e ko ta pe pore mo fe ta la ma tol mo ya ko kai ke maulava ke o mai ko to fa na po uri tongani
O ko mahino me he savea whamumitaha o ko whiunga ai kakai I tongani o po uri hona fofonga mo toko taha whetupu. O ko lolotonga whakahoki a honi ai a ahe minister e potunga I takmamata mo ali whinau mo I kaungau e potunga we ke ngahi tuku I motu I iki koia I wawao. Mo I whakatau mo a ke te whai ai ai tauhi mo whakafu ofa koia ai kolo me motu ke he ahia koia ai kau wholau ewe ewa li te atau kapo me whakai ki.
I he whai ke eke ma minista mo ale whinau na ane whamatalai ki maho inga o e tauhi ke maa mo whaka ofa ai ngahi kolo ke te whaka ai e wholau mai e kau wholau ewe ewa mo langa hake ai e tuunga whaka ekonomika ai whonua e he sekitoa taki mamata.
Ko e wina se mai ka kai ke nau nofo nau ngai mo tu whaka ofa nau nofo anga whaka ofa nau api whaka ofa umatatahi ofa fonua na ai ben ai whakalaka e pa mau hanga rewa pa to lahi ki na tolu ki na whakahoko hanga whanga ki activity ko me ka palangi na whakatau hana whangi ngā wha mea ai mea pehe ai ko te hatau mua ke he ko tau mua ko e whai ko I wawa uni ko ai eua niua Pe tu ko to pe he. Matu ko pe ki kakai ko wa pe kakai to si una ke no pe fangi mo.
Nā ni toi pehe, koe tau mua pia e taha e tak mamata ke ngau aki e tuk whakaholo me ulunganga whakafonua ke teke aki ai taki mamata.
Ke te au koe mea mahu inga taha ke te ini. Koe ke puke ha tau historia. Manatu ki ha tau ancestors mo tau kakai na tau tupu e me lai fonua he. Ai koe mea pe ia, koe tau mua matu koe tak mamata, koe tau mua whaka ekonomika. Ke whakawa ekonomika. Ai uhinga ia. Ke hau e pālangi, o hau ki tongani, ke mau mea tau seniti. Ko ia pe. E taha te mea ia, e toi, taha te tau maki. Aia kone koe tau mua whakahistoria, mo whakaculture. Ke hana he tang mamata o carry a fui, a purpose e ua. A ke purpose o raki, ko economic purposes. Ta mua fa economic. Ko purpose hono ua, ko cultural purpose. Ko ngā, ke whataki e he potu ngā ue, ai tau whorau e wā, ke ngata pe pa angakt. Ta toi ope atu ki o tau historia, me tau culture, me tau tuku whaholo.
Lolo tonga e ni, oku kei i he motu ko fu ai kau a ahi kolo, pe mahino mai mi he nau ngahi a ahi ane a whi, oku alupe ke toko si iange ai kakai, pe ngai whamiri oku nau kei nofo i he motu.
Matu ko peki kakai ko wa peki kakai to si una ke no pe fangi mo. La he a o ia ki ne afo o ki to ki muri. Wa ki mo te ni ki mo to ko lape. Ko lape na mama to na fi ma na to ni ma pe na to ai. Ke to pe tu ma fare no pe ko ia he. Ka ko ke te au na ki mo te ni ma ko to kon ku alwe kakai. Okay to pe na ngai fare mo tu ana e na ngai fanga kui me kakai. Mo ni
O ku mahino ko whaka ai pēa ngahi polokalama ngāu e ko eni, ke kaunga lahi pēia ki e mauha mauanga mo ui ani ihi o ngai whāmili ka pehe ke toko nia e tuunga whaka ekonomika e whonua. Mai o ngonga le te omu televisioni Tonga, kauritea tau kapo.
Pea ko te whatu atu eni e he Take the Lead Tonga ai tohi whaino hino ma ai tau tupu i he te wā ke whili whale alea o i mahina katu o. Ai a koe tohi whaino hino pe eni ne os tuku atu i he while kua osi, ka aku toi i ai pēa ngahi liliu sii, mo i ngahi tāna ki hono tuku atu ai tohi ko eni i he tauni.
O ku whaka ai e he tohi whahino hino ko eni ma ai tau tupu ki he whili whale alea ai kau atu ai tau tupu ki he whili, a ke nau lava atu i he aho whili o whakapapau i o nau kau i he lau, pea lau he kau i he whili whale alea. O whahinohino ai i he tohine ai mahu inga o whai whili taki taha, pea mai kau atu koia ai tau tupu i he mahino o toko lahi ai tau tupu i kai ke nawanga maheni ke kau i he whili. Kau hipe koe ngahi tui o pehe o i kai ke nau mahu inga ia, pe te eki ke nau mao ha mahino whiunga ki he whili whale alea ke whakahoko aki e nau whili. Ka, i he whakamatala ku tuku atu i he tohi whakahinohino koe ni, o malawai ke whakamaala ala ke mahu inga o i kau atu ai taha kotoa. Tau te whito ki he to utupu, ki he whili, ke o ngonai e nau leo i he whau mo whakatu utu o e puleanga o kune tataki ho tau whanua ki he kahau. I he whakaike eke mo e pule o e Take the Lead, Elizabeth Kite, nāne whakahai na e ola lelei e tuku atu e tohi whakahinohino ma ai tau tupu i he wanoa, i he te waki o whili whale alea i he wanoa taha. Pena e malawa ai ke ako e tau tupu toko lai whikau aki mo whili. O kwhingau aki wahofia i ai Take the Lead mo ngahi hoa ngā ue whakalota whanua ke whakapapau i o kuola lelei e tu whaki o tohi whahinohino koe ni, pea ke au whoki ke tūku i motu ki toke lau. O kua o tu whoki mo e tatau e tohini i e website o e Take the Lead. Ma ai o ngonga le te omu televisioni Tonga, kauritea tau kapo.
O ni o ngonga whalatafonua ai ke Hauani, wakaihe ni ke he whamimitaha mei he whamatala ea, toko mai me senta whamatala ea tonga i whamotu, moi potu ngai Medak.
Kai lelere ki moitol ke tau whamatala ea koea ki he whiawhini, wakai koea ki tala noa rahi koe ki ahoni. ke hoko hoko atu pe havili hako ke kotoa e tonga pe mo alomalie ke fatonga yange ma inga pito ni poto ko ia e maunga vai i ni fai fononga ko alomalie pe mo e hako ko ni pe i taim te tau pe na tol ko ia ki tokanga fatonga yange kai ke lele no tutu ko ia vao i taimi hako me he i mi satellite ko ia ahoni mo mea mai pe la hangi pe ki alomali e tonga ni fai fononga mai au ni fangi fe tu pe ni na e fangi o tu moto ma pe i tam te tau pe ko ma fana taha ko ia ki au ni fai fononga mai au ni ne me ke no foia ki he tili se waono ki he wahiwa Whakatokanga le vai nge ngai vai fonua o ke tu pe whakatokanga hako ki ko toa ngai vai fonua ko ia o tu tonga ko pakai ko ki whaitokanga ki ngai potahi o ke tu pe whaitokanga hako mo whale i tokanga ke whanki wakai iki ke tokanga upito whiwhalau aki ko ia i ngai potahi ko ia ngoniwa wawau haapai Tongatapu pe mo e ua me he wakai ko ia ke aho ko ia nima ko ia ka hako mai ke o tonga whaitonga iange ia pe whenga maari ke a whanki ua tu moto ma elia ko ia wawau haapai Tongatapu pe mo e ua ni whai whanonga ko ia wikeni kai la hange peke alomari pe ai tam te tau pe ko ha altamaki uha de nenga unu mai ke elia ko ia ngoniwa tau te fitoi ni ki he whaasinga ko i wikeni mo te ko ia wikaha u whamatala ea ko ia ki he whiawhini ki he otutonga watoa yange elia ko ia kulani pulu me mei ki ai whenga maari ke uha ki he poni ke elia ko ia o wawau pe a moe ko ngau haapai. Toinga ko ia tonga la hangi peke alo maali pe ko moko taha ko ia foma whana ke poni e au ke tili se taha hiwa ki he wanoa ki Tongatapu pe a mo e ua pe wataha ki he waua wawau haapai pe a watolu ki he ngoniwa. Ko haviri me ke mamalo ki elia ko ia ngoniwa pe ki he maletahi e taha nima ki he hoa pe Whai whanonga i whai au ki he elia ko ia wawa muhapai. Tongatapu ba mo ewa, me ke angi iki pe, au ki maritahi hongo fulu ki he hoa. Ni whai whanonga ko ia pongpongi, la hange pe ke almari e utonga, ke hange pe elia ko ia wawa pe mo konga ko ia hapai, ia pe whainga mari ki ia hawhangi uhatu moto ma pe ki a pongpongi, pe a toinga ko ia utonga la hange pe ke almari. Mawhana taha ko ia au ke tili se wawalu ki he elia ko ia ngoniwa wawau muhapai au ke tili se wafitu pe toinga ko ia utonga Tongatapu mo eua pe ki teleki tonga pe mo teleki toke lau au ki he tili se wanima ki he wano hoko atu pe hako ia pongpongi e kotoa utonga pe ki maretahi e wanima ki he houa Taimi ko ia e tahi, mahatoka e tahi ki he whiawhini, toi mini te hongofulu ko ia ki he hiwa. Tau maari e hokototonu ko ia e tolu ki a henghengi. La me mahina, e hopo la a pongpongi i he osmin te hiwa pe a mehe o no. Pe a hopo mahina ki a henghengi, toi kuata ko ia ki he tolu. Whamatala ko ia ki he ea, ki ako e nima ko ia ka hako mai ki Nuku'alofa. Hotonga iangela hange peke alomari ki Nuku'alofa. Pe a ko e whalaite, e pe whenga maari ki a whangi ua tu moto i he a whalaite. Pea ko e mawhana taha ko ia e au ki tili se wanima ki he wafitu. Whamalo a pito ho mumia mai, mumia.
Ko e whamatala e ai ki hauani ki mo patau mawai tato wakai pe he ni ke ngahi ulu i ngongo. Hopoki i he ne awhio ki tupo wono ai boia late fo o ai kautau ai ne awhio i he pongpongi o i aho ni. Whalahe pa angatotongi a tongani ke kautaha malu e Pasifiki o ka hoko whatamak whaina tula me he tola Amerika e taha kilo tupu ke tola Amerika e taha miliona. Pe ato uta i tongani ai timi mate maatonga o taitali whiawhia ki nau tolu e ngai whamili me maheni mo e kau pōpō toko lahi i he mala e wakapuna whawapure a ngā whamoto ane awhi. O ni ngongo pe ia i he lea whatonga me le tio ka maafo televisione tonga ki hauani mo ia e whaka amune au tono ki te whale ai tonga ahono kotoa. Whamalo te tau kei whi au mai, Osmelita tu vai, ka momi.
Good evening and welcome to your English news package with radio and television Tonga News for the hour. Making headlines His Majesty King Tupou VI commissions His Majesty's Armed Forces' newest vessel, the Latu. Government announces an increase of their contributions to the Pacific Catastrophe Risk Insurance Company to $1 million at the World Bank Group IMF annual meeting underway in the States. And Matema Tonga arrived yesterday to a warm welcome by family and adoring fans at the Fuamotu International Airport. We'll have these and more stories coming up later on in this bulletin, as well as the latest in the sports scene and a weather update to wrap up this hour's news package. Now for the news in detail, I am Popua Aho. His Majesty King Tupou VI commissioned the new naval vessel Latu of His Majesty's Armed Forces this morning at the Macefield Naval Base.
This assistance funded by the Australian government. The Latu is His Majesty's Armed Forces' newest vessel and is one of their largest landing craft. This vessel is fully equipped with its own dedicated crew quarters on board, 2 smaller boats for boarding and response operation, 2 support boats and 7 tons crane for heavy lifting. In his address, the Minister for His Majesty's Armed Forces, Crown Prince Tonga emphasized the importance of the Latu to the security and protection of the nation. There is great appreciation for the support from the Australian government, as it is clear that this will enhance and strengthen the operation of the Navy as they carry out their duties for the people of Tonga.
Not only a moment of national significance for our people to be able to access the services and to have a safer maritime security. But I'd like to note that on the way to achieve, to receive the commissioning of the Latu, the Australian Defence Force, working together with His Majesty's Armed Forces, have created the conditions for unexpected good things to happen. Their honest and regular communications, they have been able to innovate, to, for example, the cranes and the container ship, which enables the Latu to have more crew and to serve for a longer time, shows us that we have a shared vision and a shared purpose for our security. Being able to be prepared for these opportunities have enabled them to achieve what they have with the constraints of time and financial constraints. I think these are the basic building blocks that has enabled unexpected good things to happen from our relationship.
And during the ceremony, Australian Assistant Minister for Defence, Peter Khalil, reiterated that the Australian government remains committed to supporting and empowering Tonga, particularly in the area of national security. He further noted the strong and ongoing relationship between the two countries, as both Australia and New Zealand are expected to participate in Tonga's upcoming 150th Constitution celebration. This cooperation highlights the continued strengthening of relationship towards building a peaceful and resilient region.
Together, our nations understand the meaning of sacrifice in the defence of sovereignty. And for 80 years, we have maintained a peaceful Pacific, where we have depended on each other while shaping the region we want to leave for our children and our grandchildren. This peace is not a given. This history matters. Across our broad and growing partnership, security, along with our values, has always played an important role and brought us together. Australian Defence men and women have worked alongside His Majesty's Armed Forces for close to 40 years, although it is true to say our defence cooperation dates back to World War I. This relationship has built deep trust and strong bonds. In recent years, we have been proud to help enhance Tonga's sovereignty by supporting infrastructure for His Majesty's Armed Forces, 2 Guardian and patrol boats, the construction of Northern Command, as well as the refurbishments and climate resilient improvements to Macefield and Talii bases. We are both committed to learning from each other, being there for each other, and building our respective capabilities to defend the region together. More than 200 courses in Australia are offered to His Majesty's Armed Forces staff annually. Together we train and we gain from each other in exercises like Talisman Sabre. To His Majesty's Armed Forces leadership and staff, your exemplary service and commitment to the nation has built Tonga to be a bastion of stability, faith, community and Pacifica leadership.
The Voyalate represent just one part of nearly 40 years of defence cooperation between the Government of Australia and His Majesty's Armed Forces.
During the 2025 World Bank IMF annual meeting underway in Washington, D.C. in the United States, Tonga has announced an increase in its premium contribution to the Pacific Catastrophe Risk Insurance Company, or PECRIC, from $125,000 to $1 million. This decision, which covers 4 key perils, tropical cyclones, earthquakes, tsunamis, and droughts, also includes an expected payout of up to $17 million, depending on conditions. A press release from the Prime Minister's office states that this move to increase Tonga's premium contribution to the Pacific Catastrophe Risk Insurance Company is a reflection of Tonga's commitment to enhance its financial preparedness against natural disasters and improving risk management. The announcement was made during the PECRIC's council meeting held on the opening day of the World Bank IMF annual meeting in Washington, D.C. The PECRIC Council consists of 8 Pacific Island countries, including Tonga, and serves as a vital platform for disaster risk management financing in the region. PECRIC CEO Latu provided a management update for the period of May to September 2025 and shared progress on the 2020-2030 strategic plan, alongside developments in product design and legislative amendments. In her remarks, the CEO of the Ministry of Finance, Christina Tuaimi-Api, highlighted Tonga's eagerness for continued collaboration with PECRIC, adding there was still a need for ongoing workshops and capacity-building initiatives to support local expertise in risk management. This partnership aims to integrate parametric insurance tools into national fiscal systems, aligning them with Tonga's performance indicators and broader economic goals. Many family members and adoring fans of the National Rugby League team, Tonga, gathered at the Fuamotu International Airport to welcome the team as they visit Tonga ahead of the start of the Pacific Championship.
The team's arrival was met with vibrant displays of national pride as fans adorned the players with traditional flower garlands and displayed many large banners expressing their support and enthusiasm. Speaking to Radio Tonga News, a relative of Isaiah Katoa, Mele Katoa, shared her and the entire village's excitement at getting to see Isaiah in Tonga again after his last visit with the Tonga team in 2023. She says the whole family and indeed the whole village of the Takamotonga are eager to welcome the Dolphin Star. Meanwhile, Eliesa Katoa's mother, Akanesi Katoa, was overcome with emotion as she reunited with her son, who was born and raised in Tonga before moving to New Zealand to pursue his rugby career. She offered words of encouragement to the team ahead of their opening match against Toa Samoa next weekend, saying that by putting God first, anything is possible. As the team made their way to their hotel, many of those at Fuamotu Airport followed the bus, continuing to wave their flags proudly. Along the way to Nuku'alofa, many other supporters in the villages stood by the road, waving and cheering as the team bus ran past. Women in Waini even attempted to block the road in order to offer gifts for the team. The team are in Tonga until Saturday and have a number of programs arranged to visit schools and meet with fans throughout their stay. For Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Betty Blake, Ilola here.
Tonga joins other countries around the world in commemorating World White Cane Day today, with the Tonga National Visual Impairment Association organising a walk yesterday afternoon to raise awareness on the importance of White Cane Day.
Happy White Cane Day!
Speaking to Radio and Television Tonga News, the chair of the Tonga National Visual Impairment Association, Ofeina Helotu Leka, says that the white cane is essential to the eyes of those with visual impairment or are blind, and that the global significance of this day highlights the importance of the white cane. As part of the international celebration of White Cane Day, 4 members of Tonga's Blind Association have travelled to New Zealand, invited by the New Zealand Blind Foundation to participate in a special program there. Meanwhile, Leka added that some of the challenges faced by the blind community in Tonga includes limited access to support services, dependence due to lack of training, also lack of accessible materials and trained teachers is a major barrier. He says that the cause of their organization, which is committed to providing support to blind individuals in the country. These challenges include issues related to caregiving and the lack of adequate support for blind individuals. Leka believes it is essential to educate and empower blind individuals so they don't live in dependence, as there are opportunities for them to live fulfilling lives in the future. According to the latest survey, there are over 1,000 people in Tonga with some form of visual impairment.
The Ministry of Tourism is calling on communities across Wava'u to keep their villages clean and beautiful, especially as the island group prepares to welcome more visiting cruise ships.
Today, the Minister for Tourism, Honourable Moimoi now, is leading a team from the ministry on visits to several outer islands in Wava'u. The purpose of the tour is to encourage residents to take pride in their surroundings and maintain the beauty of their villages for the benefit of incoming visitors and tourists. During the visit, Minister Finau emphasized the importance of maintaining clean and attractive villages. He said maintaining a clean environment not only supports tourism, but also reflects Tonga's cultural values and traditions. The minister added that one of the ministry's goals is to use Tongan heritage and customs to strengthen both tourism and the local economy. The minister and his delegation are currently on the island of Ofu, where community meetings and village cleanup activities are being done by the people in these villages. Reports from yesterday's programs show that population numbers continue to decline in some of the smaller islands. Still, local families say initiatives like these are helping create income opportunities and improve their livelihoods. Officials believe that promoting cleanliness and village beautification across Wava'u will not only prepare for tourist arrivals, but also help strengthen the region's economic growth. Reporting for Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Nitea Taukapo.
And Take the Lead has relaunched the Tonga Youth Voters Handbook for the upcoming 2025 November's general election. This updated edition makes voter education more accessible and better aligned with the ways the younger generation in Tonga learns and engages in their daily lives. First-time voters, including the youth, will be able to understand the value and power of their voice and vote into shaping Tonga's future.
The handbook was launched in 2020, reaching over 1,000 young people across Tonga. The impact was positive as the handbook provided an important opportunity for Tongan youths to learn about voting for the first time. In an interview with Radio and Television Tonga News, CEO and founder of Take the Lead, Elizabeth Kite, stated that the revised handbook aims to be more accessible and engaging. She urges the youth of Tonga to vote and that their voice matters.
Every other person who joined our sessions left with new knowledge of voting, how to register, why voting is really important for them in terms of electing the right type of leadership for Tonga. So one of the things that we learned with the last handbook, and I think this just applies to most handbooks that are created for young people, it's very word heavy, and it's not exactly engaging for young audiences, which is our target, right? And so we've really condensed a lot of the information, keeping it still very valuable, all the essential information still available, but more importantly, we also have it now in a new home online. So we do have printout versions, yes, but we also have the online version of this to be shared and accessible for all youth, no matter where you are. So that's the biggest component with that. And with the website, so it's available on our website, tongayouthvote.org, we are also using that platform to amplify directly the voices of young people of what they want to see in this general elections, with the new leadership being... the challenge is youth don't exactly know what voting is and why it's valuable. And so we're partnering with different tertiary institutions to help us mobilize young people, with the governors of different islands to help also mobilize. Because the sessions that we've hosted so far have been a great success, and youth have found the real value in the information it is that we have to share.
Take the Lead is partnering with tertiary institutions and government offices in the outer islands to expand the reach of this revised handbook. The handbook is also available online on the Take the Lead website. Speaking for Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Agnes Wambua.
That was the latest from the local scene. Now taking a look at the latest weather updates from the Whakamoto Weather Forecasting Centre.
Welcome to our weather forecast for today. Here is our main story for this evening. Expect the next few days there will be a chance of strong winds and also fine weather for all over Tonga. And also please take note to conserve more waters. And also penning weight at the farm or bush may not favorable in this kind of weather conditions. Here is our satellite image for today. Mainly fine weather over Tonga apart from associated clouds with a few showers in some places. And also the maximum temperature for today was around 26 to 29 degrees Celsius over Tonga. Here is our warning for land areas. A strong wind warning remains in force for all of Tonga land areas, and the warning for coastal waters. A strong wind warning and small craft advisory remains in force for the newest Wawa'u Hapai, Tongatapu and Ewa coastal waters. By looking at the Pacifics for the next 5 days, there will be a chance of the active trough to develop over Wawa'u Hapai, Tongatapu and Ewa as we're moving along this week, and also east for the weekend. For the northern side of UFO and Tongatapu, there will be an active trough will develop and moving in, especially for Sunday and Monday next week. Here is our forecast for this evening and tonight. There will be a chance of showers of rain over Wawa'u and also the northern parts of Hapai, and mainly fine weather over UFO and Tongatapu, including Tongatapu and Ewa. The lowest temperature for tonight will be around 19 to 20 degrees Celsius for Tongatapu and Ewa, and also 21 to 22 over Hapai and Wawa'u. For the newest, will be around 23 degrees Celsius. A wind speed of 15 knots towards to the newest, including Wawa'u and Hapai, with a wind speed of 15 knots. For Tongatapu and Ewa, including Teleki Tonga and Teleki Tokelau, will be around 10 knots. As we're moving along for tomorrow, expect the areas of Wawa'u and also the northern part of Hapai, there will be a chance of showers of rain, and also fine weather for the newest, including Tongatapu and Ewa. The maximum temperature will be around 28 towards to the newest, and 25 to 26 towards Tongatapu and Ewa. Hapai and Wawa'u will be around 27. The strong wind will continue tomorrow all over Tonga with a wind speed of 25 knots towards all over Tonga. Here is our tide predictions. Low tide will be at 10 minutes to 9 p.m. this evening, and the high tide will be at 3 o'clock a.m. tonight. Sunday na moon, sunrise will be at 9 minutes past 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, and the moonrise will be at 2:45 a.m. tomorrow morning. Here is our 5 days outlook for Nuku'alofa. Mainly fine weather for the next 5 days. Apart from Friday, there will be a chance of showers of rain. The maximum temperature will be around 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. Thank you for listening and good evening.
Thank you to the team at the Tonga Met Service for that latest weather updates, wrapping up this hour's news package. Now, before we part, here's a final look at tonight's top stories. His Majesty King Tupouta VI commissions His Majesty's Armed Forces' newest vessel, the Latu. Government announces an increase of their contributions to the Pacific Catastrophe Risk Insurance Company to $1 million at the World Bank Group IMF annual meeting underway in the States. And Matema Tonga arrived yesterday to a warm welcome by family and adoring fans at the Fuamotu International Airport. That was the latest news with radio and television Tonga News for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Have a good evening.